Hello, good afternoon, friends. Now we are in the second term and we have started with writing skills. In our textbook, we have four sections: prose, poetry, writing skill, and section 4 is related with drama. And I'm going to talk only about section 3, writing skill. And in that you have already studied first four topics: summary writing, second one is mind mapping, third one is note making, and fourth one is statement of purpose. And recently you have studied email writing, which you have already studied in 11th standard, but again we have taken it in 12th standard, because as you all know that you have all the writing skills in your paper and there are so many options. As you are familiar with the format, की तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना माहिती आहे फॉर्मॅट नुसार की सर्व रायटिंग स्किल जे जे मेन्शन केलेले टेक्स्टबुक मध्ये ते पेपर मध्ये विचारले जातात अँड यू हॅव ऑप्शन्स अँड यू हॅव टू चूज वन आउट ऑफ देम. So we are going to take all these writing skills. And now today I am going to start with topic number 3.5, drafting a virtual message. We are on page number 159. I hope your textbook is in front of you, and it must be in front of you. Drafting a virtual message. Now all of you are familiar with this word message. But what is virtual message? Virtual means not real. Virtual. In Marathi we call it as abhasi. Drafting, how to draft a virtual message. Or we call it as virtual communication. And in this pandemic condition, this word is very important. Virtual communication. What is virtual communication? How to draft a virtual message? That we are going to study in this chapter. And I think this is the most important topic in this condition, because all the world or all the whole world is learning through this process, virtual communication, virtual messages. So what is virtual message? How to draft it? You are already doing this thing, but still we are going to learn this, how to draft a virtual message. We are on page number 159, and as usual we'll start with icebreakers. Now all of you are familiar with this term. Icebreakers means leading you into the text. So we are going to start with icebreakers. First one given below is a two-way communication cycle or the process of communication. On page number 159 you will see a diagram is there, and the diagram is talking about two-way communication. Now this word is very important, communication. Okay, what is the meaning of communication? Some of you will say that communication in Marathi you call it as samvad, a talk between two or more persons. It's called as communication. Can we say only a talk between two or more persons as communication? In fact, I want to correct this statement, that a meaningful talk between two or more persons is called as communication. For example, because if you ask a person, suppose I am teaching in the class and I ask you a question, excuse me, yes please stand up and tell me what is your name, and suddenly that boy or girl stands up and he says, sir, I am from Baramati. Will this be a communication? No, this will not be a communication, because the talk should be meaningful. It must have some outcome, then it will be called as communication. So here two-way communication cycle or the process of communication is given. Yes, you can see this diagram on page number 159. Colorful diagram is there. At the center, main word is there, message. And on the left side, what is given? Encoding. Encoding feedback. And on the right side, decoding receiver. You might have heard these words. Encoding and decoding. हे शब्द तुम्ही ऐकले असतील बऱ्यापैकी. And receiver. As you all know that in communication there are two persons. One who is addressing and the one who is receiving. एक बोलणारा असतो आणि एक ऐकणारा असतो. Without that communication cannot exist. So encoding and decoding. Now can you guess the role of the sender and the receiver in this process? This is our first icebreaker activity. What do we encode and what do we decode? So first of all, we have to focus on these two words, encode and decode. We'll see. First of all, we'll talk about the role of the sender. It is very important. So role of the sender. Sender means the one who is sending the message. He is called as sender. The person who initiates or delivers a message. Suppose if you are writing a message to your friend, you are sender and your friend will be receiver. So the person who initiates means begins, की ज्याच्याकडून सुरुवात झाली मेसेजिंगला. A message in the communication process is called the sender or the communicator. तो कोण आहे? सेंडर किंवा कम्युनिकेटर. The sender might be a speaker. मग आता सेंडर कोण असू शकतो? स्पीकर means some may speak with the people and they will give the message. A writer is writing his book and from his book he is giving the message. Or someone who merely gestures. Sometimes we can give a message without speaking a single word. We can give a message only by our gestures. आपल्या हालचालींनी, आपल्या मुवमेंट्सनी सुद्धा आपण कधी कधी एकमेकांना मेसेज देऊ शकतो. यू आर एक्सपिरियन्सिंग दीज थिंग्स इन दी ऑनगोईंग लेक्चर्स. कधी कधी वर्गामध्ये तास चालू असताना सुद्धा तुम्ही अशा प्रकारचे मेसेज एकमेकांना देता बघा. सो अ रायटर और समवन हू मियरली जेस्चर्स, हालचालींनी, हावभावांनी सुद्धा मेसेज देता येतात. So understood what is the meaning of the sender? Sender means a person who initiates the process of communication or process of messaging. जो सुरुवात करतो, ज्याच्याकडून मेसेज जातो किंवा कम्युनिकेशनला सुरुवात होते, he is called as sender. Next point is role of receiver. What is the role of receiver? In the communication process, the receiver is the listener, reader or observer. This he is also very important because without the receiver, a sender cannot send his message. So the receiver is also important like the sender. In the communication process, the receiver is the listener. आता receiver कोण आहे? Your friend is sending message to you. So your friend is sender and you are receiver. तो पाठवतोय, तुम्ही काय करताय? तो स्वीकारताय. सो यू आर रिसीवर. नाउ हू इज रिसीवर? द लिसनर. व्हेन द स्पीकर इज स्पीकिंग, ऍड्रेसिंग, जेव्हा तो बोलतोय त्यावेळी तुम्ही ऐकताय. सो यू आर कॉल्ड एज लिसनर. व्हेन द रायटर इज रायटिंग, यू आर रीडिंग, यू आर कॉल्ड एज रीडर or observer. When someone is giving a message only by the gestures, हालचालींनी फक्त मेसेज देतो, त्यावेळी तुम्ही यू आर ओनली ऑब्झर्वर. तुम्ही काय करत असता? त्याला ऑब्झर्विंग. That is the individual or the group of individuals to whom a message is directed. The receiver is also called the audience or the decoder. त्याला काय म्हणतात कधी कधी? Or he is called as audience or the decoder. He is also called as decoder. Now the next point is, what do we encode? Now these two words are very important, encode and decode. We'll see the meaning. Encoding is the process of translating mental images into understandable symbols that can be shared with the receivers. So one who is sending the message, he is encoding the message. जो मेसेज पाठवतोय तो काय करत असतो? he is encoding the message. Now what is the meaning, or how is the process of encoding? Encode is the process of translating mental images. When we send a message or when we speak with someone, at first we create that thing in our mind. बरोबर ना? आपण मनातून विचार केल्याशिवाय पुढे मेसेज देऊ शकतो का आपण? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी हॅव टू ट्रान्सलेटिंग मेंटल इमेजेस इनटू अंडरस्टँडेबल सिम्बल्स. आपल्या मनात जे आहे ते आपण मेसेज मध्ये काय करतो? उतरवतो, किंवा बोलताना आपण ते बोलून बाहेर दाखवतो. म्हणजेच काय? व्हॉट इज एन्कोडिंग? ट्रान्सलेटिंग मेंटल इमेजेस, मनातले विचार, इनटू अंडरस्टँडेबल सिम्बल्स, ते दुसऱ्यांना प्रगट करून दाखवणे. अंडरस्टँडेबल, द लँग्वेज शुड बी अंडरस्टँडेबल टू दॅट पर्सन, that can be shared with the receivers. We encode means we change the information into symbols. So what is encoding? Changing our information into symbols, language or gestures. This is called as encoding. Means putting our thoughts or presenting our thoughts into symbols, language or gestures. These are three ways of communication: symbols, language or gestures. So what is encoding? Encoding means translating our mental images into understandable symbols. आपल्या मनातले विचार किंवा मेसेज कागदावरती मांडणे किंवा सिम्बल्स मध्ये or in gestures to put forward with the receiver. This is called as encoding. Now this is one side, encoding. And what do we decode? Second word is on the right side, you will see that decode, and decode is related with receivers. So sender is encoding and receiver is decoding. Decode means to interpret the sender's message. What we are talking with them, what we are giving them, they must understand or they must interpret. Sometimes we are only sending our message with gestures. कधी कधी आपण फक्त हालचालीने, हावभावांनी मेसेज पाठवतोय, पण त्याने तो ओळखला पाहिजे. मीन्स इंटरप्रिटिंग. व्हॉट ही इज डुईंग विथ आवर मेसेज? ही इज इंटरप्रिटिंग. तो त्याचा अनुवाद करतोय, समजून घेतोय. इंटरप्रेट द सेंडर्स मेसेज, बोथ वर्बल अँड नॉन वर्बल. वर्बल मीन्स स्पीकिंग वर्ड्स अँड नॉन वर्बल मीन्स विदाउट वर्ड्स. यू हॅव स्टडीड in some writing skill non-verbal to verbal, from the picture to the words. So verbal means words and non-verbal means without words, means images, diagrams or pictures, as quickly as possible. So to interpret the sender's message, both verbal and non-verbal, as quickly as possible. The process of interpreting the message is known as decoding. So this is very beautiful and very simple definition. The process of interpreting the message is known as decoding. Encoding means sending the message, translating our mind thoughts into a message, and decoding means interpreting that message. We decode means understand the message. So what is the meaning of decode? Decode means understanding the message. Understood this process, encoding and decoding. Encoding means preparing the message and decoding means understanding the message. लक्षात आलं? Encoding is related with the sender and decoding is related with the receiver. Okay? Now B part. People send messages to others for different purposes. Mention at least 5 purposes, reasons for which messages are generally sent. So we send messages for different purposes. Each and every message has a purpose. Purpose म्हणजे काय? हेतू. When we are sending a message to someone, that message must have a purpose or it has a purpose. की त्याला हेतू असतोच. Without purpose we are not sending messages or we are not speaking with each other. So mention at least 5 purposes or reasons for which messages are generally sent. Okay? I have listed 10 purposes here. First one is to give information. Sometimes teachers or other people communicate with you, give message to you for giving information. Second one, to express feelings. We try to express our feelings. To persuade. What is the meaning of the word persuade? To persuade means to change one's mind. एखाद्याचं मन वळवणे. So we send messages to persuade someone also. To give instruction. This is very important. To give instruction. You might be experiencing this thing at your home. घरी बऱ्याच वेळा तुम्ही हा अनुभव घेता. Always you are receiving instructions from your parents or elders. To give instruction. To educate or to guide. In school, colleges, you get messages to educate or to guide you. To give or take help. Sometimes there are messages or talks related with helping each other. To receive help or to give help. To influence others. This is very important. Nowadays this is happening for many times. Influence. Influence means having an impact. प्रभाव असणे. To influence others. कधी कधी आपला प्रभाव इतरांवरती पडावा म्हणून पण मेसेजेस किंवा टॉक केलं जातं, बोललं जातं. टू इन्स्पायर. प्रेरणा देण्यासाठी. टू गिव्ह सजेशन्स. सजेस्ट. काही सल्ले देण्यासाठी. और टू एक्सप्रेस मॅनर्स और एटिकेट्स. कधी कधी आपल्याला मॅनर्स और एटिकेट्स पण शिकवले जातात मेसेजने. मॅनर्स और एटिकेट्स. हाऊ टू बिहेव इन सोसायटी. इट इज कॉल्ड एज मॅनर्स और etiquettes. Besides these 10, you may have some other purposes also. Sometimes we send messages without any purpose also to each other. But while sending these messages, we have some purpose in our mind. So these are 10 ways or 10 purposes I have listed. There are so many other purposes also. You can list it. Okay, now next part is given below. Last point on page number 159 is a tree diagram or table explaining two major types of messages. Complete the blank boxes in the diagram. So there are two types of messages and these types are not new for you. It is given on page number 159. Informal and formal, like letter writing. Informal and formal. And below that, first point is given in your textbook. Informal messages we send to our parents. In the next column you can write friends. Informal messages आपण कोणाकडे करू शकतो? We can send them to parents, friends, relatives. Nowadays most important thing, social media groups, but that group must have your friends and relatives, siblings or family members or non-professionals, means it includes in friends. To these people you can send informal messages. And what about formal messages? One point is given. First point is given. Principal, head of the institution. Teachers, you can send formal messages to your teachers. High official authority, a person who is on a high post. Employer in your company. Institution heads or professionals. You can send formal messages or you have to send formal messages to these people. It should have formality. So this is related with informal and formal messages. Okay. So here we have finished with our icebreaker activities. And in icebreaker activities, you must have understood that is about the most important part is encoding and decoding. In communication or messages, two people are very important. One is sender and the other one is receiver. एक सेंडर आणि एक रिसिव्हर आहे. सेंडर encodes the message, he prepares the message, translate his mental ideas into a symbol, language or gestures. की सेंडर काय करतो, त्याच्या मनातले विचार मेसेज मध्ये तयार करतो. कोणत्या स्वरूपात? सिम्बल्स, चिन्हांमध्ये, लँग्वेज, भाषेमध्ये, और जेस्चर्स, हावभावामध्ये. अँड व्हॉट इज द रोल ऑफ द रिसिव्हर? ही डिकोड्स द मेसेज. डिकोड मीन्स टू इंटरप्रिट और अंडरस्टँड. तो मेसेज काय करतो? समजून घेतो. सो द प्रोसेस इज एनकोडिंग अँड डिकोडिंग, सेंडिंग अँड रिसिव्हिंग. Then we have seen purposes of sending messages, की का messages पाठवले जातात. And in the end we have seen formal messages and informal messages, types of messages. Formal messages we can send to our family members, relatives, friends, and informal messages, principal, head of the institutions, authorities, employees, like this. So now we'll start with our topic, drafting a virtual message. We'll begin with this topic, how to draft a virtual message. But before that, what is virtual message? First point, communication is an integral part of human nature. Integral means most important, unseparable, separate न करता येण्यासारखा. कम्युनिकेशन इज अन इंटेग्रल पार्ट ऑफ ह्युमन नेचर. माणसाच्या स्वभावातला सगळ्यात महत्वाचा घटक कोणता आहे? कम्युनिकेशन. विदाउट कम्युनिकेशन वी कॅनॉट सर्वाइव्ह इन द सोसायटी. वी मस्ट कम्युनिकेट विथ इच अदर. एकमेकांशी कम्युनिकेशन केल्याशिवाय आपण राहू शकत नाही. इंटेग्रल पार्ट ऑफ ह्युमन नेचर. एक्सचेंज ऑफ आयडियाज. व्हॉट इज इन कम्युनिकेशन? एक्सचेंज ऑफ आयडियाज. वी एक्सचेंज, गिव्ह अँड टेक आवर आयडियाज, थॉट्स and information from one person to another is called as communication. What is communication? Exchange of ideas, thoughts, कल्पना आहेत, विचार आहेत, and information, कधी कधी नुसती माहिती असते, plain information from one person to another is called as communication. Before the advent of oral communication, advent means beginning. In the early days, if you read about the ancient India or ancient world, you will come to know that before the advent of oral communication, non-verbal methods were used such as gestures. की पूर्वी लोक एकमेकांना मेसेज कशी पाठवायची. Sometimes you might have heard or you might have seen in cinemas also, the messages were sent with the birds or the messengers were sent, and it was taking a long time to send and receive messages. Were used such as gestures, facial expressions and body movement. Sometimes before oral communication, की जेव्हा माणूस एकमेकांशी बोलू शकत नव्हता, लँग्वेज वॉज नॉट डेव्हलप्ड, ॲट दॅट टाइम ही वॉज सेंडिंग द मेसेजेस विथ जेस्चर्स. त्यावेळी मेसेज कसे होते? हावभावांमधून, फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन, चेहऱ्यांच्या एक्सप्रेशनवरून, मायमिंग अँड बॉडी मुवमेंट्स, आणि फक्त शरीराच्या हालचालींवरून मेसेजेस पूर्वी दिले जात होते. बिफोर द ॲडव्हेंट ऑफ सोशल ओरल कम्युनिकेशन. व्हेरियस फॉर्म्स ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन. आता कम्युनिकेशनचे फॉर्म्स कोणकोणते? फर्स्ट वन इज ओरल कम्युनिकेशन, स्पीकिंग विथ इच अदर ओरली, एकमेकांशी प्रत्यक्ष बोलणे. रिटन कम्युनिकेशन, रायटिंग अ लेटर और नाउ अ डेज सेंडिंग अ मेसेज, email or whatever it will be, WhatsApp. Written communication. And third one is virtual communication. Our main topic is virtual communication. What is virtual communication? Virtual communication is related with speaking with a person who is not physically present with us. And nowadays we are doing this thing. Actually we are taking this lecture also through virtual communication, or I am sending my video. But when we take a live lecture on Google Meet or other apps, at that time we are doing virtual communication. Means we are not with each other, but we are feeling that we are with each other. We are not physically present with each other, but virtually we feel. Virtual चा अर्थ आहे आभासी, पण आपल्याला असा भास होतो की आपण एकमेकांबरोबर आहेत, एकमेकांसमोर आहेत. कारण का यू आर आस्किंग युअर क्युरीज. समटाइम्स you might have experienced your meetings with your teacher. Class teachers are taking online meetings on Google Meet. Okay, it is called as virtual communication. Virtual communication means, or virtual message means, speaking with the persons who are not physically present with us. And through this virtual communication, we can communicate with a person in other countries also. Like a person sitting in America is talking with a person in Baramati. This is called as virtual communication. So our main topic is virtual communication. So there are three types of communication: oral, written, and virtual. Okay. So now today we have started with our topic drafting a virtual message. We have seen icebreaker activities and we have just started with the topic. We are on page number 160. Tomorrow we'll continue with this topic. Thank you very much. Take care.